All is well. I'm in a good spirit. I did not sleep very well last night, but I feel like it's gonna take a minute to like learn how to sleep good again. But we're here. I hope all are merry and bright, bitch. Tis the season. Tis the season. I wanted to come through because I got a bunch of art supplies for free off the internet, and I'm just hella grateful. Ooh, this is a moment to say, ooh, what up, Mara? Oh, I hope you have a good day. I hope all your stuff gets done on time. You know, I'll see you later, boo. I'm definitely gonna come back later. After my friends get back. Me too, bitch. Me too. Listen, there's something about being housed. Like, there's something about being housed. There's something about being housed. Like, just something about it, ain't it? Like, it's fucked up, but I'm grateful as fuck. Whew, 'cause I feel like I actually fucking breathe. I feel like I can actually fucking breathe, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, no, I wanted to tell folks about Buy Nothing. If you go on Facebook, and type in your city and then Buy Nothing, there's a lot of free groups. See you later, Mara. There's a lot of groups online where you can get free stuff. And so people are giving away all these art supplies. And so I'm hella excited. And yo, royalties, bitch. Because I've been collaging like hella hardcore. I wanted to scoop these books this person was offering, which is just a book about bugs. But I feel like at some point it's gonna be something. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about this book just yet. I have not looked at this book really closely, but who knows? Maybe this book will be used at first glance. Though I don't really care. Um, some of these books already got cutouts in them, like someone's already been collaging. But they still left some royalties. They still left some cute stuff. So I'm excited about this. Because one of the other things that I got was a sketchbook that is completely brand new, bitch. Brand new. Buy Nothing. Your city, Buy Nothing. They're on Facebook. Hardcore. But yeah, so I got a new notebook. So I wanted to decorate my new notebook. And I figured I would do a little collage decor. Wow. Wow, wow! This one is really, it's beautiful. It's glossy. They've got all different types of things for me to cut out and make art, which is wild, which is exciting. But yeah, before I dip out of this segment, I just want to say again, look for Buy Nothing, orgs or groups online. There's some in every city. In some cities, they do it by neighborhood. Sometimes you'll have to look for your neighborhood, even if you're in a major city. But people have a lot of cool things. But yeah, wow. Wow. Beavers, mammals. Ooh, a Smithsonian. Man. Wow. Yeah. I'm hyped about this. There's something in here. I know it. But yeah, I also got some really great markers and I'm really fucking excited because honestly, bitch, markers are so fucking hard to come by. Like good ones. And I was not sure. Like when you get free stuff, you don't know what you're gonna really get all the time. Not to be like shitty, just saying you don't know if it's gonna be good quality or if someone's just throwing something away. Okay. Oh. Oh, these are very thick. They're very juicy. Bleeding on to the next page. My God. Well, I'm excited to see that. I don't know if anyone cares, but I did a little bit of swatch work or whatever. And the color is called Old Red. So this is what red used to be, like the original red. It's not that color anymore. It's more of a wine now. But yeah, that's really fucking cool. I'm excited. I love art. But yeah, I'm also in the middle of earning my keep and doing my motherfucking rent job, which is dishes and scooping the litter box. I did some dishes Yo, I'm loving. I'm loving. Um, I did a few dishes. I sprayed down the bathroom. I swept the floor. But if I'm being super honest, I feel like I need to get the vacuum. It's beyond sweep, you know. They got a cat, so I feel like you be sweeping a rug and then like a bale full of hair comes out and it's like it's beyond this. Um, I haven't seen Pumpkin that much. He was out for a little bit, but then he was sick of me, so he dipped. Um, Yo, I watched a comedy special by this person called Sam J that I thought was really great. But I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna do some research and see how people received it, but I just feel like when black studs are doing the comedy, I feel like there's a beauty there. I'm grateful to have witnessed a black stud doing a comedy set and getting paid good money. But some of the jokes I was like, damn babes. But there were a lot of really funny jokes. But there were some that had me kind of like, oof. Woo! But I feel like, honestly, you try to watch a comedy set these days and you can't even do it. Like, I was trying to really watch, like, bitch, there's this one joke that Mike Epps has that has me dying, but it's sandwiched in between, like, many terrible jokes. And I didn't realize, like, how terrible the jokes were until I tried to show, like, the special to my friend Royal. And they were just like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, the good part coming up. But I felt terrible because I was like, but yeah, no. I tried to just get into some comedy, bitch, because that should be having me just, you know, uplifted spirits. But outside of Dolce Sloan, outside of Sam J, I haven't seen nothing too good. Also, bitch, I'm embarrassed to tell you that I watched this shit, but ooh, my head hurts off this. Why did HBO decide to make a documentary about Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez and call it Meg versus Tory 5 Shots? I want to beat somebody's ass. I'm so sorry, but that was an insane move. And then they had the nerve to put out 2 episodes, and one episode was like Meg's side, Meg's story, and the other one was Tori's story. Bitch, why watching Meg's story, I was crying. I was feeling fucked up. I was like, because, like, bitch, I feel like once I heard Meg say what she said, that was it for me. I didn't need to go back and forth and see what people's. I didn't need to do that. Like, we believe victims, period. So as soon as she said what she said, I was already like, okay, and let's lock him up. And I don't even be believing in jail, but some of these motherfuckers need to go somewhere, okay? Until rehabilitation is possible, they need to be removed from fucking population, bitch. Honestly, they need to be fucking removed. I'm not saying they need to die. I'm saying remove them from Gen Pop. That's all I'm saying. Take them out of Gen Pop. But yeah, so anyways, so I'm watching, bitch. I don't even want to look into who had to sign off on it to get it made. I don't even want to look at who directed or produced it, but it was really insane. It was really insane. And so exactly, Anthony, exactly. It was just like she said what she said. What else? But when they, bitch, okay, so after I finished watching Megan's, I'm not gonna lie, I went to go smoke and I had forgot that there was like a second part. And so when I came back, I started laughing because I was like, bitch, what could they say? Like, because it's like once you watch the Meg part, it's like, what could they really say? Here's my thing. The Tory part explored like Kelsey shooting her. And my thing is this. As soon as Kelsey made that verbal statement in September, vividly remembering getting snatched by Tory, having him shoot Meg, I just looked at Kelsey crazy as fuck. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care if you believe Meg or not. Like, do you? But I just feel like after watching both sides, I feel like Kelsey was a victim too, but I don't know how much money she got to say nothing on the stand. That's where I'm at. I just want to see cash transactions from that period of time, Your Honor. I would like to perform a motherfucking scope into the witnesses motherfucking bank records, and that's gonna be that on that. I want to see bitches cash apps, Venmos, Zelle. That's all I would need, because at the end of the day, somebody talked to Kelsey and told her to shut the fuck up and don't be on Meg's side. That's all I know from what I saw. Her and Kelsey could have been fighting. Kelsey said straight up, out of her own mouth, that Tori was the one who shot. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like Tori was the one that was shooting, but I also feel like the way that they tried to make it seem like Meg was like jealous at the pool party, it's like it's not believable. It's just not believable. The fact that she was fucking with. Here's the thing, the new statement from the driver is hilarious because the driver literally kept hanging up on the fucking defense. Or excuse me, on the plaintiff. So that's why I'm looking at Jaquan crazy, because I'm like, Jaquan, they was asking you to corroborate and then you showed up and then you said nothing. Like, you showed up and then you still didn't say shit. I feel like, personally, what was happening was massage and war. And just the way that they tried to frame Tori's story around anti-blackness against black men and all of this, like, I'm like, babe, yeah, true, but like, she lied for you initially because I feel like she genuinely was trying to help you out and maybe keep it out the news. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, I genuinely think that she liked him enough, and I don't even think that's true. I think that she was on some like, we're black code shit. Because she even said in her live, like, we're both black. We're all black here. If I say there's a gun, we're all going to die. She named that. And I just feel like, with that being said, we don't need to go that deep into understanding why somebody would lie. Exactly. They kept, like, the way that Tori's story really centered around her being drunk, her being trans, supposedly, it was like, wow, y'all was really trying to. It was Tory versus the state. I appreciate you for saying that, but also, can we talk about how, in Tory's story, the way that they were talking about how he rose to fame, and they were talking about the pandemic, and how he had been doing like a live show that people was loving and woo woo woo. It was just like, so, like, I just feel like at the end of the day, there are people that come from nothing, and when they get something, they still act a fool. What are we supposed to do? Like, what are we supposed to do about that? Like, you had access, you had money, you had so much. Why do you have an unregistered gun, babe? It just doesn't add up. I don't care who thinks who shot who. That wasn't Kelsey unregistered gun. It wasn't. We know that. So I just don't want to play games like their story adds up. It don't. Their story was clearly set up to make Megan look like a bad person and like someone that was taking a father, a pillar of the community. And it's like, he was none of that. Daystar was none of that. Let's stop. He was an okay rapper. And I'm going to be real with you. Broken a Minute is good. I don't hate this man, but I do think that he shot her, and I do think that he's despicable for the way that him and his team went after her after everything. I do think that is weird. But I also feel like, when the fuck is a black woman breaking the fourth wall and being like, hey, I lied because I was on some code shit, but now I realize I really got to focus on myself. 9 times out of 10, black women are not breaking the fourth wall like that, in my honest opinion, from what I've seen. It's very rare that, like, somebody will recant their statement and acknowledge systemic oppression as why they even fucking lied to begin with. I just feel like, for me, that gave her so much fucking credibility, because you see her hopping around with blood on her feet and saying she stepped in glass, and all the ways that she accounts for why she said what she said, it added up to me. Not them cheeks getting clapped, bitch. You cry. Yeah, there were some people on Meg's side, and it was awkward because it's like, I just feel like women, period, because I don't want to single out black women being on Tory's side. I feel like women, period, being on Tory's side was disheartening, because it's like, who's this man to y'all? Like, if you really want to go there, like, why are we caping for a man we don't know? That is scary to me. Like, I would 100% rather cape for a femme that I don't know than a man. And I feel like, unfortunately, for some folks, we are not having the same conversation. Like, some of us are analyzing patriarchy as a threat, and we are acknowledging the players and the upholders. And so people will think about it, think it's some man versus woman, high value man, uh, all types of bullshit like that. It's not even that. It's just like some people have power in this society and they're using it to harm people who don't. And the people that don't have power in this society in a particular way will at times choose to align with patriarchy to be protecting themselves. I'm not going to say I don't see that. I'm not going to say I don't see that, but in the case of Tori and Megan, the stakes are low. This is some people on the internet. This is not your best friend or someone that you really know. So, in my honest opinion, I feel like it speaks volumes when you can hear the story, see the footage, and still be sitting here like, I don't know. It's like, why do, like, I also feel like her and Kelsey's friendship, that doesn't matter. Like, people will really want all these other things to matter when it's like, who shot the gun? Huh? That's the thing that's blowing me. It's like we be talking about everything else around the shit. The issue is there was gun violence that happened to Meg. But yeah, some people don't want to hear that, and I get it. Like, right. But I also feel like we're never gonna find out if anybody's wrong. They're talking about doing a reappeal and do, and it's like, Tori, just take your time. Just take your time in there and enjoy it. Because really, at the end of the fucking day, the way that he tried to bring out the baby, the way that he tried to be like, I'm a father, like, okay, that has nothing to do with who shot Meg. Like, I feel like people be thinking it's fucked up, but I feel like let's stick to the fucking facts. Because here's the thing. If the tables was turned, bitch, if the tables was motherfucking turned, and Meg had shot, bitch, also fuck the fact that Tory, there's fucking video evidence of Tory saying himself that he shot Meg. So honestly, let's put that out there also as well. There was a confirmation from his own mouth that he did that shit. So I feel like that's even crazier. But one other thing that I want to mention is like, if the tables were turned and Meg has shot him, do you really think he gonna be like, I stepped on glass? I just don't see it. I just don't see it going down like that. I feel like if she had shot him, I feel like he would very easily be like, and that's who did it, and that's a witness, that's a witness. I feel like he would be snitching and talking and saying shit. But I feel like the way that people like look at Meg, like people was really saying that she was snitching and that, oh, she had lied about stepping in glass. And it's like, that's gotta be crazy to try to protect somebody in like a way that not everybody can hold as protection, but that a lot of people would see as a way to protect. And the thing that hurts in this is that she fucked up her own credibility to protect him, and he maintained his lie. And it really caused her a lot of mental distress while she was actually in the right. Like, that's weird as fuck to me. It's weird as fuck to me, like how they caused her all that stress just for it to come out, bitch, you did that shit, and now what? Bitch, exactly. If he would have got shot, he would have been up on his little live show inviting Drake to hang out, like drinking little cocktails, mimosas, talking about getting shot by a woman is crazy, bro. Like, I loved her. No, real shit, no cap. I loved her. But when she shot me, like, this motherfucker would have milked that shit to the highest. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I see why she didn't claim him. Like, I mean, no shade. I see why she did not claim him. And that's why I feel like he even wilder for everything. Because it's like, babe, we was shocked when we found out she was fucking with Daystar. I know she hated that. I know she hated that. So I don't believe she was fighting nobody over his ass. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I feel like he might have ate the cat a little bit. They might have fucked a little bit, but I don't feel like he was him. And I feel like the lowest of keys, there's a part of me like, and this is a third way to look at it. If people really want to bring Kelsey up, bitch, you know how a fucking man feel when you pass his ass to your bros, like as someone who has passed a man to a girl, like they don't like it. They really don't like it. But the thing is, men will do that shit all the time. They'll have their bros hit on you, and you're like, damn, I thought I was fucking with Josiah. No, bitch. He done told the team like he don't care about your ass. And I feel like there's a part of me that feels like Meg was not stunting on him. Meg was like, I fucked him. Kelsey, if you want to fuck with him, live life. I don't care. Like, I just feel like that was that. And I feel like he might have really, like, tried to instigate some shit or make it bigger than it was. I just personally don't believe that she wanted to claim him in the streets. And I feel like, and I'm not trying to say he an ugly dude, not trying to say he a bad dude, up up until we know what we know now. But I just feel like I was surprised. I was like, oh, bless her heart, you know. But I feel like you could tell when they were hanging out together because the documentary did include, like, on his side, they really were like, look how much he was hanging out with her. They was really close, guys, and it was just funny as hell because it's like, and that makes it crazier. All y'all are proving is that y'all was close enough to where you really could have probably talked to her, took her out to dinner, had a conversation. Like, y'all was so close that it really don't add up that you were ever shooting at her. Ever. Anyone, actually. Like, again, all his evidence on his side just looked bizarre. Because, like, especially his dad, bro. I was like, damn, is that the narc father? Because it's giving narcissistic father abuse, bitch. Because I'm like, why the son looking like the daddy looking like the son? That's always weird to me. When the parents be copying the look of the kid, I be like, where you get that from, Papa? No shade. But the grandfather was blowing my mind, bitch. I was like, he is really screaming. Like, woo, Daystar Daddy was really carrying on out there, bitch. I was like, babe, fight for anything else. Fight for rights. You know what I mean? Fight for anything motherfucking else. Like use your voice enunciation. Use all of that for anything else. You are really in front of this court system, in front of this court just it was just giving pastor pulpit, bitch. I was like, please stop. Like, not for him. Not all this. Right, right. I was like, you the daddy? But you looking like the older brother who never, like, figured out he was the daddy. Cool beans. Get out. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Not Night Star, bitch. Bitch, I swear, sometimes you find out some of these dudes' names, and I be like, you are a vampire, bitch. Like, I already know. Like, Future, Nevadius. I'm sorry, bitch, but that's a vampirical name. Like, you're not going to trick me, bitch. Daystar, I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty sure the Bible said that's Satan's name. Or is that Morning Star or some shit, bitch? I don't know, dog, but as soon as I heard that shit, I was like, Satan? Satan. Like, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, But the dad, that's Star Wars! You're stupid! Yo! I'm sorry. I don't be trying to make fun of people's names, but, like, if you sound like a villain, if it sounds like a villainous name, I'm going to laugh. And I'm so sorry. But also, fuck Future Hendrix. I'm not a fan of Future. The only time I ever have listened to Future for real, is on LOVEE with Rihanna. And honestly, that song is amazing. And I want it to be played at my funeral. Actually, I got a whole list. I want my shit DJ'd. Like, as I'm being lowered down. I don't want that song to play for the lowering, but I still want that song on the list. Low-key, bitch, if I could just dream for a second, I want my funeral to have, like, a holographic version of me just, like, hitting the bachata, like, real quick. Like, just when you thought I was gone, I just want, like, a holographic me to be like, anyways, and we dance, bitch. Just so y'all know, like, I'm a goofy bitch even as a ghost. Yeah. Yeah, again, I wouldn't recommend anybody watch that documentary. I just was surprised that they even created something called Meg versus Tory Five Shots. I was like, Oh, y'all are weird. Like, woo, HBO. Y'all lucky I don't pay for y'all because I literally was about to be like, let me hang up this app because it's crazy. But you know, I'm chilling. Sidebar, I tried to watch the Barbie movie. It wasn't grasping me. I don't know if anybody watched it and liked it. I hope you did. Um, I don't know. It just bored me a little bit. Like sometimes I just be like, man, white people just stay putting white people in the front. I'm so bored. Like so many of these movies, bitch. Like I be just looking at the picture and I'm like, yeah, it's just so many white people. I'm bored. I'm bored already, bitch. Like I'm bored. Like there's nothing I want to watch right now. Like to be honest though, I low-key want to restart watching Misfits, and do reviews of like every episode because high key. It's just such a perfect show. Like, I'm so sad that it fell off. What up, Clar? Yeah, the Barbie movie wasn't giving like they said. I feel like the promo for it and all the reactions to it were better than the actual movie. Allie K. Oh, you're trying to hit me for a reading? Oh my god, I'm crying. You can email me at marshmallow@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Instagram, OUIIDFAE. Um, and yeah, and I'm on Twitter at Marshmallow still. They did, but I feel like that's the gag of it all. Is like white people be making it seem like something's about to be good and it's not. Oh, the writer, you're right. The writer's strike. Damn, I don't know who writing what, but it's terrible. How you doing, Nubia? I hope all is well. Yo, my friend's candle smells so bomb. Like I'm going to buy this candle. I don't know if y'all like smelling Starburst. Oh my god, damn! I put it out by accident. But it's called Sponge Sugar Plum. Bitch, it literally smells like a pink Starburst. The whole house, a pink Starburst. I just want to eat the house. It just smells bomb. Oh my god. Oh, you remember watching Black Mirror as a group? I want to cry. Whoa. I mean, I'm down to watch a lot of stuff, and I feel like I need to. I feel like my friend has a clip for like phones and shit. Probably do. If not, I will get one. But I would love to watch some fucking content with y'all. That'd be fun as fuck. The Priscilla movie, I mean, I'm gonna watch deep dives on it, and then if I put it on, I'll see. But I'm really like, my ADHD is kind of like, I have 1,000 questions about what this movie's gonna be about, so I'm just gonna watch a deep dive on it. And if the deep dive grasps me, cool. It's very rare I just watch a movie and then I go into the deep dive. But, um, Ryan Gosling, you know, he never really did it for me. Like, and I know you're probably like, whoa, like you've dated like literally like Mitt Romney level white. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it. But like, yeah, no, I don't know. Ryan Gosling, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm being ignorant, but thank you so much for asking. But I feel like I need my whites with some lip. Like I can't do it. I can't do a white without a lip, and I just feel like he just don't have enough lip to meet my criterion. It just is what it is. I feel like now that I live in Michigan, that's my swipe rule. Like if you don't have a lip, I'm not gonna swipe on you unless you have a really great bio, really amazing bio. Like you gotta really wow me. You gotta really fucking wow me if you ain't got no damn lip, because that's a lot. But I was crying because this comedian was making this joke being like, there's three things that a man can't have. Um, like, they were saying these are like three things. Like, oh, excuse me. There are three things that a man has to have for her to fuck with him. And she was like, he gotta have a big dick, he gotta have money, and he gotta be able to sleep. He can't have sleep apnea. I was like, bitch, I started crying. Cause like honestly, bitch, like no tea to anybody with sleep apnea, bitch. Cause like I'm pretty sure I have sleep apnea, and I'm pretty sure I need to get a fucking PAP machine. I don't know if I still have it, but I feel like back in the back, like when I was dating somebody, I remember them telling me like, "Oh, bitch, like you be fucking not breathing," and I'm like, "What are we gonna do about that, girl?" Like, what are we gonna do about that, girl? Stop bringing me problems, girl. So I don't know if that's still the case, bitch. I don't know. I'm shook to even ask someone like, "Hey, bitch, did I make it through the night?" Like that's scary. But I was kind of shook because it's like, damn, like I feel like when you have like an issue or not even an issue, like when like your sleep patterns are fucked up or like it's hard for you to like get rest or whatever. It's already such a fucked up thing for you. So to just like hear that like somebody would be like not fucking with somebody because they have a sleep apnea machine, I'm like, also my friend who I'm living with, their partner has a sleep apnea machine, and I'm gonna check in with them about that because like again, I know people who have broken up. Oh, thank you, y'all are so sweet. You know what's funny? The baby before I left, she had the doll from Little Mermaid, the one with like the doll design for the Little Mermaid. They really played with Halle Bailey. They really played with her, but I also feel like they really played in the makeup department and the hair department. I did not like the way they did Halle Berry's hair for the show, mainly because I'm like, bitch, we already had Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean. We already had black lock representation, maybe not underwater, but like you really could have just like maybe thickened them a bit, gave them a little bit more texture, more body. But I just feel like they really prioritized making them look like white people hair with a little bit of culture, a little bit of culture in it. And so the Barbie doll for Chloe Bailey has like, I don't even know, babe. It's not a lock. It's not a lock. It's like a Senegalese twist, bitch, that they like shrinky dinked. And so she has like a bunch of Senegalese up top, and then the bottom is just straight blonde. Yeah, no, it's like the doll looks crazy. The doll, it don't translate on land. They really should have thought about what it was going to do on land in the water. Like they really was lazy about that, and I feel like that's anti-black to me. I mean, I'm happy to have, you know, a browner mermaid experience for sure. However, I do think that is very strange for them to turn the locks into what they did, and they already had a light skinned person. Like you already got someone light skinned. Like, do you really got to add the white people hair to the hair? Like, do you got to do that too? Like, I just feel like I wish that they would have been able to let her maintain her hair because I personally didn't appreciate it. But who am I, bitch? One random bitch. You know, I know other people were appreciating it. But for me, I feel like once The Little Mermaid happened, I was wondering how her career was going to pivot. And then for her to go directly into Color Purple, that kind of like it made me look at the hair choices in The Little Mermaid differently because I'm like, man, there is this desire to find like very light skinned people and like make us more ambiguous. Even if people got two black parents, if you're very lighter skinned, they will still find a way to make you look more ambiguously racial. And I feel like that's what we were seeing in the movie. Because in the water, they added literally some tracks. But out of the water, I feel like they took the tracks out. Did anybody see that? I mean, she could really pull off Janet in the face, but I want Tiana Taylor to do Janet. I feel like Tiana would do it better. No shade. I don't see Hallie doing Janet. Facially, she's giving Jackson. Absolutely. But outside of that, no. Brett. And did. Yes, I swear I just learned about Shrinky Dinks, bitch. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I got one right up here, too. Yes. My little carrot one, bitch. I'm leaving it behind, bitch. But Tiana could sing too. Now, I'm not going to say I remember all the songs, but my thing is this. Tiana could sing, and then also she could dance. More importantly, she could dance than she could sing. And then also, the fact that we still remember her from My Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? Darla, I'm crying. Not I get the lip thing. Right, right. Tiana has been with us for a while, babe. Like, we first learned about Tiana from My Super Sweet 16, bitch. Honestly, I kind of want to watch all the black My Sweet 16s because, like, they were my favorite. There was this one girl, actually, we might have to, like, do an asterisk for the biracials because I believe the one that I'm thinking of is this one biracial girl who was really fucking mean and she was rich. She had, like, I feel like her dad was, like, Jewish. Or actually, I think her dad was, like, black, but her mom was Jewish and, like, she was hella wild. And she had like the fucking da bang. And she had like a pop collar. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but she was so like, but she was like, girl, I'm rich and I'm fat and I'm boxed up. And I was like, well, because I feel like we'd never, I feel like up until then we didn't have no fat Super Sweet 16. That's why I remember her so vividly because I was like, damn, they got fat rich girls? Okay. Because up until that moment, they were only showing us like white bitches and they were like, my name's Amber. My dad runs Microsoft. Like, I'm gonna get whatever the fuck I want. But I feel like watching that and Bridezilla's, like, let's be honest, like, that's what raised me, bitch. Not best of life. Bitch, listen, the way the war is going, the way they exploiting the Congo, bitch, we might as well start looking for sidekick slides right now and put them on Mint Mobile, bitch. I think iPhone is done. I'm being so fucking serious. I don't know if you can do video on a sidekick though, bitch. I need to go do some research. But yeah, bitch, we gotta get off the iPhones. I know don't nobody want to hear that because it's Christmas, bitch. A bunch of y'all about to get one. I hear you, ho. I'm trying to tell myself not to get a fucking PlayStation, bitch, because I really want to play the new. I want to play the new Grand Theft Auto so bad. Bitch, did anybody else see the trailer? I don't know how many of y'all are gamer girls, but the trailer for the new Grand Theft Auto, sweetie, that shit look fucking fire. Not an atomic strap on. Damn, bitch, I want to play that game so fucking bad. Did you ever like the strap? I'm crying. If I'm being super genuine with you, I have never been strapped, nor have I ever strapped. So no one's ever strapped me, and I've never strapped them. However, I have been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it. I don't know if this is TMI, but I have been thinking about it. Like, do I want to strap? Do I want to get strapped? I don't know. But there's a part of me that feels like if I'm going to strap, I'm going to try to get like the double-sided one so we could both together. Like a seesaw. You know what I mean? Like a scissor, can opener, something. Sidekick slides though. Sidekick slides. They're amazing. I love them. The LX, bitch, that brown LX, that was my man. My man, my man, my man. I love that bitch. I love the little, I feel like you can have AIM on there. Bitch, let's go back to AIM. They acting a fool. Let's just get back on Yim. I'll meet y'all at Yahoo Pool, honestly, because I'm tired, bitch. I'm tired of us having to use their platforms. Like, let's just go back to Neopets. I know somebody's about to go to Club Penguin. Like, let's just go back to our roots, because I'm tired. AIM was strange because, like, whenever someone randomly hit you up, it was, like, the friend of your other friend that lived in a different town. And you never knew that. And then at some point you figured it out, right? But, like, at the time, you're like, whoa. And they're like, I found your name in a chat room, but you didn't go in no chat room. So, it was a lot. I love flipping it too, bitch. Yes, the away messages, bitch. Oh my god. And telling people what music you're listening to and shit. I feel like at some point it started telling people what you were listening to. But I remember back in the back, you have to be like, mood, bitchy, with a little emoji with like a witch. And then like song, Linkin Park. It's easier to run. I have not heard about the Club Penguin revival, but I'm scared because I feel like you're going to tell me that it was pedos. Like, I'm genuinely afraid they're gonna tell me it was pedos. I fully expect that to be the case. Real unfortunate. Real fucking unfortunate. Um, but yeah, no. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm fucking slightly hungry, but I don't know what I'm about to eat though. I actually made some potato soup and I made a gigantic sandwich like in the cartoons. But I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like I didn't layer it the right way. I feel like I also didn't like scoop out all the interior bread. So it's like a lot of bread and not enough like in the middle. And I feel like I want to start over and I want to try again. Honestly, I don't want anyone to see it. And then also, my potato soup, it came out bomb flavor wise, but a few of the potatoes were a little crunchy. And I wanted to beat their ass. Like, it's like I'd be eating it and the soup would be perfect. And then all of a sudden, just like one fucking potato would be like crunch. And I'd be like 50 potatoes. And then one would be like crunchy. And I had another bowl today, the same situation. So I unfortunately feel like I have to start over. But I'm proud of myself because I started off with the sazon, bitch. Oh my god, it just got more and more delicious. I was able to utilize like old bone broth that I found. I was able to utilize some heavy cream that I found. I think I used the last of their butter to make my roux. But my roux came out so beautiful, bitch. Wow. I love soup. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna eat that. And like hide it for them from them and just make another one because between me and you, I feel like what I kept thinking was I put ham on the bone in it and like it was great, it was a good idea, but I feel like in the future I would rather have like crisp bacon as like a topper to like throw in, or even just like a little bit of like cooked bacon, like a thick cut. Like I think I'll probably get ham off the bone again, but I'll ask for a thick cut so that I can cut it and make it a little thicker. But I don't know, bitch. Maybe I should do bacon. Like a thick cut bacon. I don't fucking know. But I do know this. I know that I have to like make a new menu and like get back into the swing of things. Like it feels so wild to like be in a house and like know that like my needs are gonna be taken care of in a way that like they just weren't. And like this is not me saying that like anybody like has to take care of my needs but me. But it is to name that like I just feel like I don't know. Like at one point, like me and Aaron started talking, and it was awkward. Oh, I love pork belly. We started talking about like desires, and like they were saying how like at some point they had wanted me to like move in with them, and like cause like they have 3 bedrooms and they only use one of them, and so I'm not trying to make it seem like they need to give me anything, but it's like we had a convo that I totally fucking forgot about where they were like gonna like convert one of their rooms into a bedroom for me. And then they had the nerve to be like, well, you just showed up out of nowhere. And I'm like, well, when I was telling you about the white people getting wild around me, it was me trying to name like that I needed support then and there. Like your idea about like helping me with like a more permanent room, like that was obviously great. But like in the moment they were really trying to be like, well, you just showed up out of nowhere, and I'm like, bitch, I was in trauma. It's not about having my own spot. It's about the reality about paying for my own space. Like I don't think that a lot of people that I know are paying for their own space. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like most people that I've talked to are having roommates, are having other people to live with. So my desire was to like not live alone. Cause I don't desire to live alone. It's just not fun for me. Yo, look at the babies. Look at the babies. But yeah, no, living alone sucks. Like if y'all live alone, y'all tell me if y'all like it and if it's worth it for y'all. But for me, no. I do not want to live by myself. I do not want my own spot. And me bringing up that combo with Aaron was just to acknowledge that, like, when we be talking, um, like, when we be talking and connecting or whatever, uh, they'll be talking about some old shit that we didn't even fucking talk about. Word, word. Word, Marie. Okay, you live alone. You saying it's peaceful. How much do it cost to live alone where you live? Cause like I don't want to play these games with y'all. Cause I feel like everybody and their god brother living with somebody, they auntie, they uncle, and if you are a white person, feel free to chime in. Feel free to chime in. All right. Word. Word. Well, I feel like, unfortunately, like, or not even unfortunately, I feel like for me, I don't really desire to, like, have my own anything. I've never desired that. And I feel like I know that that doesn't sound good to some people, but I would much rather live in community. You're in the South and you're paying $900 a month. Word. People are paying that for a room out here. I just want to put that out here. There's no $900 anything out here. It doesn't exist. I want to be super clear. Um, 14, 1456. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't desire to make that much money either. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that. I really don't. I really don't. I desire to make enough money to survive. But I don't have any lofty goals to live alone. And I don't feel any way about it. Like I love to hear that people are loving it, are fucking with it. Um, Word. Now my question is this: you're saying you want your own, so you can give to your own. Are you talking about buying a house at some point? Cause I hear y'all. Like if y'all are landowners, then yeah, sure. But if you're paying rent, then like we're not having the same conversation. Like I'm not gonna pay anybody to like rent a room at this point. I'm gonna like find a way to like make it work. But like that is going to take me some time, but I have been looking into like working back in the hostel industry just because I feel like I might be able to do a lot more. But I'm also trying to like get my passport again because like a lot of these jobs are like all on the coast of like Southern California and then like parts of like Mexico. And like a lot of them are offering like 12-week stays. And I feel like that's enough time to like, kick it, vibe, see if you fuck with it. But listen, I'm not trying to play nobody. Like, I feel like if you want to live alone, like, I feel like that, that's real. But I feel like I feel like that's a myth that there's not peace with like living with other people. Like, I think conflicts with other people are going to happen regardless. Maybe not in your home life, but in life, like, it's okay. And I feel like prioritizing community in terms of like living has just made sense for me financially. Like, I feel like every situation that I've chosen, for the most part, has made sense financially. Or made sense in terms of like a skill that I wanted to learn. Like when I was living with those white people, um, I mean, you can squat. I would not squat in certain places, but I've squatted before. I've lived to tell the tale. It's not the worst thing. It's precarious for sure. But I think that the thing is like when like people who are like poor like me usually don't have such radical views and are not like on like line to tell you about them. They're just living this life where they're like relying on support of community and relying on community. And there's so many of us. Like nobody that I've lived with is doing anything alone, and I feel like that's the thing that frustrates me. Is like people will be like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm trying to get my own," and it's like, word. Like, what does that look like? Like, what does that mean? I feel like we're all having different conversations, but I'm glad that people are doing what they're doing. Exactly, Tori. Like again, like I'm not interested in like spending $1,400 on rent. I'm not interested in paying $900 to rent a room. I'm not interested in any of those scenarios. They all sound like nightmare. But I also feel like when you talk like that, like people will be like, "Well, don't rely on me," and it's like I'm relying on community, and if you don't want to be helping in a particular way, there's no gun to your head. You don't have to help anybody. You can help yourself. But as I've said before, there is no individual that is not real. And whenever we start to act like, oh, well, I'm just going to do this by myself, you're kind of gaslighting. And I'm not trying to be shady, but it's like some of y'all are not holding that, like, it took a bunch of people to get you that scaffolding to where you could do it by yourself. You didn't just decide one day, I'm going to do it on my own. Like, there was scaffolding, there was research probably done on your behalf. Like, some people don't realize that there's such a privilege that comes from, like, having access to, like, just wealth. And I don't mean like money, like in like thousands of money. I mean like having a family home. I feel like when you come from a line of people like grandmothers and aunties, like people who own their home and can impart wisdom on you, that's a form of privilege, it's a form of wealth. And so I think that for some of y'all, I think again, even though you sit here and you see me talking, like I don't think you always hear that like I was plucked from my family after being like literally traded to like women who just didn't have kids. Like there were a lot of women who didn't have kids that wanted to like see what that's like, and they used me, and then I was given to the fucking foster care system. So like a lot of y'all don't realize that like I have literally been socialized to be like a part of community. I've never been in a situation where like I'm just doing it on my own. I've required support from multiple people my entire life. And I think that like the more we slip into the end of capitalism, the more dangerous conversations about doing it on your own will become, because like just trying to think $1,400 is just your rent. I don't want to pry, but what a percentage of that is your take home income? And then also, what other bills do you motherfucking have? I couldn't imagine paying $1,400 for 1 month of rent. That scares me. That genuinely scares me. Like coming up with hundreds of dollars for rent, that scares me. Listen, I don't even think it's about independence. I think that some of y'all have been traumatized, like to like a certain degree, to where y'all have to like think about it on your own, think about everything on your own. And I'm not saying that like you're wanting to be like that. I just feel like I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody who's like, I'm doing it on my own, I got my, it's like you still need help. That's why I'm saying I'd rather just go get the help. Word. You're saying having something for yourself, like what, like, okay, whatever the fuck that means. Like, I just feel like sometimes people be saying stuff and they be trying to like let you know, like, oh, how you're operating is not the right way. And it's like, for you, that's the only frame of reference anybody has, right? And I'm telling y'all very clearly, this ain't for me. So it's okay if it's not for me. Like it's okay if you think that you're gonna have something and I'm not. I just want y'all to think about the hierarchy of shit. You know what I mean? Because as soon as the motherfuckers be like, I'm trying to have something for myself, who ain't? But also, what if we're not? What are you saying to us? What are we saying to you? It's a hard conversation to have, but sometimes I think people don't realize we're always talking about hierarchies, we're always talking about dichotomies, and I just don't desire to be in anything. I feel like I don't really give a fuck personally about having anything for myself, because I know that there's nothing for anybody's self. I know that the individual's not real. Like when you're there, it's like, oh, okay. I can't relate to that. I'll never be able to relate to paying 1,400. I'll never be able to relate to that. And I also think that like when you're neurodivergent, like I'm never gonna be like thinking about capital like that fucking hard. I'm not that person. Like I'm the person that's like, man, I hope that like I can harvest some fucking herbs to make a lovely meal with my friends. That's where I'm at. Um, word. And here's the thing, like, if I was in a situation where I wasn't able to like get support, like I would probably feel differently. But I feel like that's the thing. Like we're all speaking from our perspectives, right? And from my perspective, it makes sense. I don't feel like I'm good for the cruise ship, bitch. They're very fat phobic on the cruise. But I appreciate you. But here's the thing, I don't own a business. I don't own a business. I try to tell people all the time, like, I am not a business owner. I'm someone that started a business when they were houseless, and now I'm just someone that shares plants if I can. But I feel like saying that like I have a business and putting me out there like that, like there's no need to do that. As I said, I don't own anything. The people that share plant medicine with me are also sharing it with you. That's what I'm trying to offer. We're all sharing. It's not a business. And I feel like even saying that it's a business at this point is just hilarious. It's not. It's never been. It's always been a network of people who grow plants and who work in the plant space who are helping each other. When you reach out to me, there's no fucking bill of sale. There's no motherfucking taxes. Like, it's not a business. It really isn't. But I understand why people want to think like that, and it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with ownership inherently, but I just feel like it's just creating this idea that there's like once you become an owner, there are people that are clients, that are consumers, right? Like you own something, so people come to you, right? So I just feel like it's a hierarchy that I'm not interested, and I feel like that's also part of the conversation with like having things for yourself. I just feel like when you really think about it, nobody has anything. Like nobody has anything except for rich people, but poor people are like trying to operate upwardly. Again, I don't think we're having the same conversation. I hear you. The cruise ship is not for me, babes. I appreciate you. As I said, it's not for fat people. Think about how many fat people you see working on a cruise. You really don't, because it's not very fat friendly. Like the dorms and shit, it's not very friendly to fat people. And I've already acknowledged that there's some hostile work. Um, but yeah, I just feel like some people want to like be like, again, I feel like this has been happening a lot. Like some people will really like think like the poor person is wrong because the poor person is steady poor when it's like we're all poor. I'm just poorer than you right now. That's the shit that's crazy to me. Like people will really act like they have a suggestion for you. We're all living in an occupied country that has stolen our ancestors. I'm so sorry to tell you this. I'm not invested in the colonial project. I'm not. Babes. Hell no. And I'm not trying to be making it seem like I'm better than anybody. I'm just like I'm not interested in like owning land where on Turtle Island. I'm good. That's why I was trying to squat. Because I don't really want to own no land. I really don't want to own anything, bitch. I just want to be a sovereign person. And I know, again, a lot of motherfuckers cannot relate, and it's okay. Like, I feel like I've just gone through so much trauma and been in poverty for so long. Not I'm dragging it. I'm crying. Babes, you're the one who brought it up and said, so you don't want to have anything for yourself? It's like, what do you even mean? Like, I just feel like people are maybe taking it like I'm saying like you're like y'all have nothing. Like I'm just trying to offer like we are all poor. We're all in the same fucking class. I just happen to be crowdfunding. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I just happen to be crowdfunding. I happen to be someone that has a lower cost of living than a lot of y'all because like I'm not buying the shit y'all are buying. Like we're not in the same place. So I just feel like people being like, oh, you're not trying to have anything for yourself. It's like in what context? Like, it's like I don't plan on having any children, so I don't have nothing to pass on to nobody. I'm not worried about that, but that's something you named as well. So I just feel like we're not having the same combo. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's Tori. I appreciate you for saying that because that's all I was trying to offer. Is like I'm trying to motherfucking enjoy my life as much as motherfucking possible, but I know I'm crying. But I know that like there's just like sometimes like I genuinely feel like when like some people are communicating, they're not communicating to see you and to hear you. They're just communicating. So I feel like I'm trying every time y'all speak to me to stretch to see where y'all are coming from. But I'm also sometimes noticing people are not stretching to hear what I'm saying. So that's why I'm reiterating what I'm saying many times. Because people are saying the same thing to me in different ways. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to change my behavior. I'm going to continue to be a broke ass bitch. So are you. I'm sorry to tell you that, but looking down on me, looking at me like, oh, why don't you do? There's no need to do that. Like, let's just move along. Like, I'm not trying to be an owner. That's okay. Right. Like I feel like I give myself a lot of grace and I feel like that bothers people. Like I give myself a lot of gentleness and I really feel like some people really come at me like I'm not supposed to do that. And I'm like, okay. Like I can't I have no fight in me. But Nubia, but I interpret it that way, and that's why I'm communicating the way I'm communicating. I'm saying like some of your comments have felt kind of like pointed in a particular way. I respect you as well. That's why I'm still communicating the way that I am. But I'm just saying like sometimes like people be communicating things and it's just like I don't know that you're hearing what I'm saying, but I'm hearing this like from you. That's why I'm reacting this way. Um, I'm dead. I mean, like as I said, like I've had jobs. Like it's not about getting a job or like being working in a particular way. Like I just feel like The thing that has annoyed me honestly the most out of like some of the feedback I've gotten is like people keep on fucking forgetting, like, even if you want to believe that I'm some like business mogul who started a business or whatever the fuck, like, bitch, I just know where the plants are, bitch. I've been trying to share them. I feel like as someone who smokes so much weed, like, babes, I know where it's at. Like, that's it. That's what I try to offer. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm reinventing something. I've come up with a great idea. I haven't, babes. I'm just sharing. But with that being said, it's like people will fucking like totally miss the fact that I literally, listen, it could be the chat, but I just want to hold like when you go through fucking trauma of like people literally removing you from your house and then you're like literally traumatized and then fucking white people are like, why are you smoking weed? Like, I just feel like between me and you, y'all, like, I'm about to piss a lot of y'all off because I'm not about to work fucking harder in this situation. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna get more soft. I'm gonna get more soft. I'm gonna get more connected to myself. That's what I'm going to do. Cause this whole time, like, I don't feel like anybody's seen me as the person that was harmed, and that should be hurting me. It's like, damn, like, I literally got thrown out of my fucking house after being homeless for years with a fucking evil ass white man that I fucking hate. Like, I just feel like at this point, like, I just feel like if people are being like too pointed with me or too, like, I can't, like, leave me alone. Like, I don't want to own businesses. I don't want to fucking be a owner. I don't have no desires like that. This is not the channel for that. This is not the space for that. If you have a desire to like own and earn a certain wage, like, live your life. Like, I don't feel like I'd be hating on people that be doing that, but it's just like, I don't know. There was just a part of me that felt like it was feeling to me a little pointed and I wasn't appreciating it. That's all I was saying. Like, I appreciate you for Hale for saying that, but again, Nubia, like, I have no drama with you. I just felt like I'm trying to respond to what you're saying, and it was just feeling very like, I don't know. It was just feeling off for me. But yeah, like, again, I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody or I know better than anybody. I don't. I really fucking don't. But I know what's been good for me, and I feel like, unfortunately, like, because I do not fucking believe in stressing myself to work so fucking hard to have a bunch of fucking money. If I go through trauma, people are like, well, why don't you work harder so that the next time white people harm you, you don't have to ask for help? Like, that's what I'd be giving. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? Me working harder wouldn't stop racism. Like, that's where I'm at. I mean, I feel like even saying that is so wild because it's like I'm traumatized, but I'm also being very clear and direct with you. Like, that's where I'm coming from. And see, that's the thing. Like, some people think that money makes them feel like you, like S Hunter. You even saying that like money makes me feel more free. It's like, bro, like money is, who, like I can understand. I can understand someone saying that, but I don't feel that at all, because money can make you feel free. But I be looking at people with money, and I'm like, when do you have time? Like, everybody I know that got money, they don't got no time. I don't never see them. They're always at working. They're always working. They don't have time to clean their house. They don't have time to eat a good meal. Like, I don't desire that. And I feel like some people don't be hearing me when I say that. But I feel like I've consistently said that I like to live in community and I don't desire to live on my own. I feel like I've said that for a long time now. And you be here a lot. So that's why I was just kind of confused with you persistently naming like all the desires that you were having. Because I was just like, oh. But that's the thing though. It's like, I'm not trying for anything, you guys. I'm just existing. I'm not worried about getting an apartment right now. I'm not worried about getting housing right now. I'm not. You want to know why? Because the whole time I was at that last housing, I was walking on eggshells feeling like I was doing something wrong by just fucking existing. I'm going to fucking rest. This is what I'm doing here. I'm resting here. And I have the right kind of relationship with these people to where I can exist and not have to feel like I'm not doing enough. And I know some folks do not get the privilege to have connections with people like that. And I am very privileged in this moment to be with people that know, like, I deserve to catch my fucking breath after living for 2 months somewhere where I thought I was gonna be able to exist fully. I couldn't. So that's why I'm like, I'm not even worried about that. But I hear y'all, like, if y'all are looking for housing and apartments and and land and shit. That's dope. I just feel like I'm disabused of the idea I'm gonna do it on my own. And I feel like when we're crowdfunding, that literally means we're not doing it on our own. Like when we're, reaching out to our friends, like that's what that word, word. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Word. I feel like, I hope that you catch up on all the things that we've said since then, genuinely, because I feel like there could just be a lack of context for you and a lack of, I don't even know. Like, I obviously didn't know that the last time you saw my live was like when I was talking about squatting. I had no idea. But I feel like in this moment, I'm gonna like move on from our back and forth because like I don't really feel like it's like productive, like in terms of like there's I don't think that we're hearing each other in this moment. I feel like you're not in this combo with me. I feel like you're still trying to piece how it got to here, and I'm just like reacting to like the ways that I felt like there was just a little bit of lack of empathy for me, a little bit of lack of like understanding, and like I feel like the question to me came off rude. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I mean, you don't have to go. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm not trying to play with you. I was just saying, like, I'm just trying to explain, like, what I was feeling. Um, they're amazing. They're not new roommates. They're my friends that I've known for a while, and I'm grateful that I have them in my life. And I honestly feel like you should catch up on some of the older videos because I feel like the squatting thing is like so gone. Like you're at least 5 videos behind, and I just feel like I want you to like get all your answers, all your questions answered personally because I feel like I came up on here in a good mood, chilling, vibing, and I just feel like, yeah. Dominique, I appreciate you for saying that. Like, I feel like, again, like, I know some people are gonna be not thinking the same way as me, and I'm trying to hold space for y'all. I really fucking am. But sometimes it just be blowing me. I'm like, yo, y'all be advocating for a world that sucks. Like y'all be talking about y'all have peace. I'm like, how you got peace? Pay hundreds of dollars to people, and this ain't your house. Like, it's not yours. You're renting it. I'm just like, I don't think that that sounds peaceful to me. But again, I'm not going to go to anybody and be like, that don't sound peaceful to me. I'm not gonna even bother. Like, we just don't think, we don't think the same. Like, I'm prioritizing my energy in a big way. I know some people are not thinking about it that way. I'm not saying your life sucks. I'm just saying like saying that folks having things on their own as if like that's not, it's not like it's not just you get a house on your own. Like it's just not Sabina, I feel like Nubia supporting me and Nubia saying something that felt hurtful towards me can be two different things that are both valid. She can be a supporter and I can still be hurt by what she said. Those two things can exist. We don't have to make it seem as if because someone supports that they can't be hurtful from time to time or say things that seemingly lack empathy. If you feel like I'm projecting, please share more on how I could be projecting. But I think I've given examples on how people can just, you know, sip or spit. You don't have to think the way I think. You don't have to fuck with me. That's fine. No one said she didn't have the right to ask. I said her asking though means that she's out of context with what's been saying, and I've been urging her to go watch the other videos because I feel like she just doesn't have all the information, and she's talking about a situation that has been resolved. No one's talking about squatting. No one's talking about abandoned houses. That wasn't brought up. So I feel like her asking if I want to get something of my own, that convo obviously has gone left. It's gone left. No one's taking away anyone's rights. No one's mad that anyone asked a question. I'm frustrated that the question was asked and that there were more questions after that that were more pointed. And if we want to be ahistorical, that's fine. That's fine. But we cannot act like I didn't come here. How is she not safe to communicate when she's been communicating this entire time? She's still saying things like, Sabina, just like you're safe to say whatever you want to say. And I'm safe to say what I want to say. No one's getting kicked out. No one's getting blocked. and no one is dogpiling. I feel like for the most part people are minding their business around what's happening between me and Nubia. I feel like you're the only person popping up saying that I'm projecting. If folks feel like I'm projecting or I'm being like rude or shitty, I feel like don't none of y'all owe me shit to be quiet. Like, so if you're feeling away, feel away. But as I've tried to mention several times, sometimes I come here and I feel like people are like, y'all are like, and again, it could be a both sided thing where like maybe we've trauma bonded together and maybe y'all are scared for me. Like, I literally had that thought the other day. I was like, maybe like because I come here and I'm so candid about being like going through shit, being fucked over, like maybe some of y'all are actually traumatized by proxy. Like, I started thinking about that. So I'm not trying to make it seem like I have all the answers or I know everything that could be unfolding. All I can say that like when Nubia was asking like, oh, so you don't want to have your own, I feel like I've said this, and then she even noted like, oh, you say that every video. How you gonna ask a question that I answer every video? Sabina, Sabina, I just want to say this right now. Y'all, everybody that's here are appreciated. However, if you say something that has me like, I don't really like that, I'm going to say, there's no need to act as if Nubia can't speak for herself. You popping up to try to like fight for her, it's weird. It's very weird. And this is why I said what I said before. Like, I literally come up here, I be in a good ass mood. I literally came up here chilling, vibing, and then somebody asked me a question that I felt like was just kind of off. Like, I just didn't understand the point of the question. At some point, I said, let's table it, let's move on. Somehow, me saying, let's move on, Sabina didn't hear that. Sabina heard Sabina heard it's time to clock in. So that's why I'm like, who's really safe? Like, who's really safe to communicate with? Like, that's what I want to know. Because I already made a request to move on. I feel like Nubia moved on. Now you're tapping in. I'm not sure why, Sabina. I'm not sure why. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, the people I'm living with right now, like, we have a conversation, or we had a conversation before everything else to talk about, like, getting housing with them and other people. Listen, you don't have to stop. Say how you're feeling. Like, again, nobody's in trouble. I can feel hurt by something someone says when I'm like, damn, you've been here a long time and you're asking a question that I feel like I've answered several times. I never want to live alone. I always want to live in community. I don't care about living by myself. It doesn't feel good. I've tried it before. It's not great. Okay. All right. Strawberry. And that's my thing though. It's like I feel like some people don't realize that like I'm not telling y'all too much about this situation because Sabina, you definitely popped up to fight for her. Like she was in trouble or something was going on with her. Nothing was going on. Yeah, no, and that's why I was encouraging you to watch the old lives. Like it was never no shade on my part. I was just trying to clarify where my energy was coming from based on what you had said. So that's where I was trying to come from. But I'm not feeling no type of way. I was frustrated at times in the conversation, absolutely. But am I like what next? You know what I mean? The fuck? I got a caramello. The fuck I look like fighting. It's wild. I'm doing great. Like I'm very happy today. So but yeah, I'm not I guess I'm not open to going deeper into why I don't want to live alone or why I don't desire to have anything of my own. Like that's fine. That's fine. And see, that's the thing, like having access to people that want to even like offer their house to you or live with you, like I feel like that's not everybody. And so I know that some people will never be able to see what I see, and that's fine. Like I think as Marie said, like there's experiences we have that make us be like, fuck this. Like we don't want to be in this community or whatever. But I just think like at the end of the day, like it's okay for me to feel like like something said to me is insensitive or hurtful, it's also okay for folks to be like, I wasn't trying to hurt you, or I wasn't doing that, or that's not how I'm feeling, or like that's fine. Like if that's how you want to come for it, or if that's the way you want to reply, that's okay. But I feel like if you're telling me like, oh, like you're projecting, like I'm hearing you. Like, what else can happen though? Like, I feel like all we can do is hear and hold what each other are saying or go. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like I just never felt like what Nubia said was like that deep to where like someone else needed to pop in. That's why I was surprised by you, Sabina. But as far as like you fighting for them, like I was never sitting here like, damn, y'all are going to war. Like I was never feeling that. I was just kind of like, whoa, like I thought this was a combo between me and this other person, and like yes, it's happening in front of a bunch of people because that's where it was started. So I want us to like get better at communicating, because sometimes like when two people are fighting, there's no need to add a third voice. There's no need, because you're not in it. You're not in it at all. And honestly, if anybody is in danger or someone's getting got, or like someone's getting real hostile, like I think that in that moment, I feel like personally prioritize your peace and do what makes sense for you, instead of like trying to act like, damn, like this person is, because again, I'm a fucking person, and like saying that I'm traumatized and shit, it's like, aren't we all? Like, I hate whenever people say like, oh, you're traumatized. I hate that shit so much, because it's like, y'all are good. Like, that's the shit that be blowing me. Like, people really act like you're being like. I just feel like people don't realize like how dismissive they can be when you're saying like something hurt my feelings. It's really not on anybody to debate whether or not it was supposed to hurt your feelings. It just did. So with that being said, I feel like it's valid for folks to feel uncomfortable. That's what being in community is. It's like, damn, I hurt this person. I didn't mean to. Apologizing is free. Acknowledging is free. That's what I'm saying, Nima. Like in the moment, I was like, hold on now, because I'm feeling like this is triangulation shit. But at the same time, I'm also trying to hold that like I could turn this shit off, but I don't want to turn this shit off because I don't feel like that needs to happen. However, because I have the control to run, leave, dismiss, I'm trying to engage, because I feel like that's what would make it more unsafe to me, is if I'm just like, anyways, like I don't know. Y'all feel free to weigh in if you desire to, but like I feel like when I have the power to leave, block, or run, I feel like the only thing I can do is communicate through it, and I feel like that's what I did. And I feel like I made I statements. I don't know that I did it the best. I feel like you're supposed to be like, I feel blank when you do blank. You know what I mean? I don't know that I followed that model, but I did say that the words that were said to me did hurt my feelings. So I did acknowledge like that I was hurt by words that were said to me. I feel like that's all we can really fucking do. But I know that not all of us are good at fighting. I also know that like by being a femme person, like fighting is supposed to like lead to like cussing people out, physical altercation, shady subliminal shit. Like it's very rare that femmes get a chance to say how they feel and be held and move on. Like there's always gotta be a fourth act, fifth act, or some shit. It don't gotta be that. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm honestly very frustrated. So I'm hoping that like I don't know if Nubia's still here, and I'm not trying to be shady when I say this, but my frustration was not just for you. My frustration was also at people saying that they're peaceful, independently while spending all this damn money. Like hell yeah. I feel like that's how I felt in the moment. That's how I felt in the moment. I appreciate you for acknowledging that. I wish I could have been able to articulate that all the way. But it just kind of took me aback, because I'm like, Nubia, I see you here all the time. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing on their own, and also it's not realistic. Just like y'all be on DoorDash, that takes people. Just like y'all be calling people on the phone, that takes people. Just like y'all be texting, it takes people. Everything we do takes people. So I'm trying to be acknowledging like how I can work with people to not get taken. Because bitch, a lot of us getting taken. And so I want to be going to the community. Exactly, Simone. Exactly. Like again, like even if I was not communicating like in a way that people appreciate, it would be valid for y'all to say. That's all I'm trying to say. The person saying that I'm projecting, I didn't feel like I was projecting, but I'm hearing what they're saying. I was frustrated by it because again, I was like, why are you in it?" What? I feel like we both talking to each other just fine. But yeah, no, it's really, again, I have no desire to fight with nobody or be an asshole or anything like that. Like I really came here to eat my Carmelo and just share my art supplies. Word. Word, Nubia, I'm hearing you on saying that folks are reading it wrong. Like, I'm getting that. I'm getting that like the context in which you were trying to communicate was not is not being held, and I'm sorry about that, genuinely. And I'm sorry for not asking for more clarity before just going in. That's what I'll hold for my own self. Is I wish I would have been like, what do you mean by that? Can you expound upon that? And maybe we would have had a different convo. I'm open to that. I'm open to hearing that there could have been a different way to do everything, for sure. But yeah, no. The old person that I was, or rather the old behavior I used to employ to exist online, I'm no longer employing it. So that's why I'm not trying to be like operating that way anymore. But I know some people will not see like the changed behavior in you. They won't. And that's okay. I don't do this for anybody but myself. I'm grateful that I don't have to like block people and like fight with people to like get my point across. Like I'm really trying to like hear and be heard. So I'm hoping that you're coming through and sharing. Listen, sometimes you're like, what do you mean by that? Would you mind expounding? Because honestly, maybe you shouldn't even be mad right now, but you're mad because you feel like some shit was shade. That happens to the best of us, does it not? Like, I'm not above misreading something. Damn, bitch. Listen, Nima, you deserve to motherfucking have all the support in that as well. I hope folks know that. Like, I don't feel like anybody who gets a house and things go left, like you deserve that. Like you didn't do, like you didn't choose yourself. Like I'll never feel like that. Like I feel like even if you're in a house, like even if you own your land, like you still deserve support. Like you still deserve grace. Like I think all of us are trying our best. And I think, unfortunately, when you're poor and you've gone through shit, people are like, are you doing your best? Like, it's sad, but it's the truth. Like, I feel like people will look at me and automatically assume I could never be doing my best. And I feel like that's why I have to just, like, let a lot of shit go. I gotta just let a lot of shit go. Because I performed to my detriment trying to be perfect. Like, I have. And I know some people won't think that, and that's fine. Like, I'm glad you don't think that now. Because there was a lot of time in my life where I was just like really worried about doing the wrong thing and about like people thinking badly of me. And it's like now I'm just like, man, what do I think about myself? That's what I focus on. Do I like how I'm behaving? Do I like myself? Because that's what's going to matter the most. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I appreciate folks for being candid about what they're paying and their rent and stuff like that. Because again, I feel like sometimes people will say, like, oh, I pay this amount of money and I'm good. Or like, not necessarily good, but I have peace of mind. And it's like, okay, word. I want more than that though. And I feel like that's, again, as a poor bitch, I feel like a lot of people don't want to hear me say that shit. And I feel like that's why my video where I was talking about fucking Aaron and I was talking about how, because I have nothing, like I don't deserve to be treated like that. Like I don't know. Word, and I'm hoping I'm not giving insensitive, like, an asshole vibes, like, just because, like, I'm over here with my thought process. Like, it's not an easier way to live. Like, I feel like sometimes people be thinking, like, I ain't never scared, I ain't never worried. Like, I do be, but, like, I feel like at the same point, yeah. Like, I'm really not trying to, like, play people and be shady. Like, I'm really just trying to consider that, like, we don't all have the same ways of operating and moving, because we, again, like, we just don't all have the same access. And I'm hoping that people that do have the access for houses and stuff like that, they do consider, like, reaching out to people who, like, maybe not welcome at the shelters anymore, or people that just don't have access in particular ways, like around housing. Hell yeah. Honestly, like I just feel like I'm too autistic to be a part of the real world. And like I feel like there was this TikTok that said like the coolest fact I've ever learned is that over millions of years of evolution, humans evolved into wanting to sit for 12 hours and stare at a fucking screen that has lights in it, and if you disagree, you're unwell mentally. And I was like, that's literally where I'm at. Like I know that like my autism is gonna get louder because like I'm being like more just like just fucking so candid about not masking anymore. Like, and I already know like I'm already going to be judged. I'm already going to be judged for not performing the right way. Like I'm kind of over it though. Like, and that's why I be getting like frustrated at times because I'm just like, you guys, you guys. Like anybody who's able to like survive and exist and like spend money to like take care of themselves, like, you know, I'm glad you get that opportunity. Like I'm not trying to make it seem like we all should be like fucking, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people be thinking you have like this bohemian pie in the sky ass idea. Like the person I live with, their partner has a government job in like the environmentalist sphere. And so that is the person who is paying this mortgage. You feel me? And that is the person whose labor is like taking care of me and my friend. So like there's three people that live here. One person with their white male privilege is able to afford for three people to live here. What up, Nubia? But like genuinely like if that white person who has that access doesn't care or doesn't think about it too deeply, then like what are we gonna get? So I feel like the reality is I'm most frustrated with like the rich white people or just like the white people that have access, because like again, like just like I got 2 months at that last person's house because it cost them nothing really. And I know that like people are gonna fight me on that, but I don't care. It's not like she didn't get any money. It's not like she didn't get any labor from me. And again, she has 3 bedrooms, uses only one of them, and has a whole extra house, and literally was just like, meanwhile, the white lady upstairs not paying no rent either. Meanwhile, she doesn't fucking have a job either. So it's just like, honestly, at the end of the motherfucking day, it's frustrating me. It's frustrating me because it's like there are so many white people that are not necessarily rich, but they have access to help your ass. Did I ever forgive Giselle? Honestly, fuck Giselle. I don't care. I don't care about Giselle. I feel like they're weird, personally. Um, not did you ever, you bring up Giselle got me crying. Like, I'm dead. I'm very fucking dead about Giselle. I bet they're just fucking fine, bitch. Exactly, the wilted one. Thank you. Yes. I'm not saying that you enjoyed paying that much in rent, Marie. I was not trying to offer that, but I was just trying to like gauge like what people are paying, like where they're at, cuz I'm just like, is that even realistic for me? And it's just fucking not. Like, it's just fucking not. Also, I'm sorry about being gaslighty about like my business. I know up until recently I've called it a business, but I don't think it's a business at this point. Simply because, bitch, I feel like the idea of business and like what I actually do is like so much more. And I feel like most businesses don't operate how I do. And so that's why I'm just kind of like conflicted, because it's like I don't feel like I'm a business. I feel like I'm a person that's a valued community member, and I'm grateful that I know other valued community members and we all value each other enough to share, and that is how everyone's needs get met. Because people share with me and they share with me, I'm able to share with everybody. Everyone shares through me. I don't know if that's a business, but I feel like I am like as the person I'm working with the most was telling me, like she's like, you can have a public face out here, like you're like you can do that, and like she's like, I can't. And I'm like, that's true. Like we all have different ways of operating, but to sit here and say like I do everything on my own, ridiculous as fuck, ridiculous, impossible fucking bull. I have needed so much support. This business started with 2 people. So I would put that out there right now. It started off with two people, eventually became three. At this point now it's four. But like there have been many moments where I was just like fuck, like thank fuck I had this person. Thank fuck I know this person, because if I didn't, I'd be fucked. I'd have nothing. And so if I would have nothing, if I didn't work with my community, then I don't really have anything, right? I have community. So I'm just trying to keep that in mind, that like I don't have anything. I am a piece of community, and I try to operate in that way. So I don't know if that's coming across. I hope so. You said your ex was evil. I mean, I feel like my ex is evil in retrospect, just because I feel like when you have a narcissistic parent, it's really on you to protect people from them. And do you ever think about Sydney? That's so funny. Honestly, every now and then, sure. Like like I hope I hope good things for them. Like I don't hate all my exes, but I do hate a lot of them. I don't hate them all, but I do hate a lot. But no, but Sydney deserves to exist. I don't have no friends in Denver, bitch. I just feel like I used to think that I had a friend in Denver, but now I'm just like, no, I don't. Because at the time, like, I was friends with this Pisces girl, and, like, we were kind of cool or whatever. But in retrospect, when I look at that relationship, I just feel like it was a lot of rules on me. It was a lot of things I couldn't do. And in retrospect, I'm like, bitch, why was you trying to fucking throttle me? Like, why was you trying to fucking keep me from existing? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like when I think about Denver and I think about chilling with that girl and her family, I'm just kind of like, bro, that was crazy as fuck. But I don't know. I just feel like sometimes people want to treat me like a pet, and I feel like I don't realize till like after the fact. And I feel like that is another conversation to be had. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of folks be thinking that like it makes sense for all of us to like just do whatever we can to survive, and I don't think so. I'm tired of that. Like, and again, I know that's probably a very privileged thing to say. I feel like we're all tired of it, aren't we? I'm hearing you on that too. But I'm like actually like wanting to fight. And so because I want to fight, I'm having to like communicate. Because I know fighting, I know I can't beat everyone's ass, you know what I mean, to an equitable future. So we have to communicate. And so that's where I'm at. And honestly, between me and you, if you have white friends in your life and like you're down bad financially and they don't give a fuck about you, they're not your friends. Like that's just period on that. Cause bitch, it's not and I don't even want to keep bringing this up, but it's like, bitch, if y'all only knew how hard it was to find what I thought was stable housing and then learn almost overnight, like, oh, I'm about to be homeless. Like, that gutted me. Like, 6 months of, like, thinking that I was, like, in the best housing I'd been in a long time. And then, like, all it took was this ugly, weird bitch fucking up my shit. And then next thing you know, everyone's gaslighting me. Everybody's giving me the silent treatment. It's like I experienced narcissistic abuse and then moved in with someone who I perceive as a people pleaser. And so it's like now I'm extra on guard because I done already got cussed out by somebody else. And it's the same situation. And then that bitch from upstairs, that shit really like honestly, y'all, that white lady calling me a raggedy bitch like really blew me. No, for real. I'm crying. Would I ever move back to the South? No. No, 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 no. I don't want to be taking up too much space in the South. Like, I just need to focus on keeping my Yankee Doodle ass up here. But, yeah, no, I don't want to be taking over the South. It was very easy for me to find housing in the South, and that's kind of crazy. But I feel like that just goes to show the struggle that is in the South for black folks and for people who are from the fuck South. Like, there's always room for some new person from the North to move in. That is fucked up. Like, I've lived so many places and, like, it was not hard to find housing. And then, like, I'm, like, literally living in Detroit and, like, the housing out here is honestly abysmal. Like, it's so evil. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, I've met some people that said straight up, like, you might as well be my slave. Like, just more than one person, like, acknowledging that, like, actually enslavement would make the most sense. Like, and I want to be clear, I offered to clean for my friends because I don't have no money for rent, and they know that. But I was like, I don't mind cleaning for you. Nubia, you can ask whatever you want. I just felt like in the moment, I felt like that question just kind of came across like kind of like, whoa. Like I was surprised. I was surprised and frustrated for sure. But I'm not still thinking about it. I promise you. I'm not sitting here like real annoyed by the shits. I was just like I said my piece in the moment. I'm trying to be healthy, you know? Not a raggedy bitch. I'm saying though, like my thing is this: like, how do you call me a raggedy bitch when you know I'm fucking homeless, like living in a fucking child's playroom? Like you're diabolical. Like you are actually the evil incarnate. And I feel like I have to just start seeing what it is, because I was like really trying to be human with the bitch, and my friend Royal is like, Royal was like, you're like, I feel like you're being too nice, but I feel like it's not even that. I was like, honestly, I just be feeling bad about like dehumanizing people. Like I really feel bad. Like I really feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, like this white lady like really called me raggedy and really hated on me. Now I had a glow in New Orleans, bitch. You gotta be fucking crying. I feel like, bitch, you should go to New Orleans. You gonna get a glow too. Like it's just New Orleans. Like you ain't gotta live there for that. I promise you. Um. Yes, honestly, I hope the New York people connect. I know a lot of New York people that moved to Maryland though. Like I know a lot of New York people that recently moved to Baltimore, moved to Maryland. So I just want to put that out there that if you are in New York and you're wanting to shift out of New York, let me know. Right, and see that's the thing, like the dehumanization from her, I was just like, I still was just like surprised. I was still shocked, bro. Like I've been shocked. I was shocked. And I hate that about me sometimes. Like sometimes I really be I was just disgusted at the way this ginger was looking. I was like, but I was just shocked at how she came. Word. Hell, I'm hearing you. Like right as it stands right now, like the people I live with, like they want to get buy a house bad as fuck, because they said that they pay like, I think they said they pay like 14 to rent this whole house, and they were saying that they don't want to pay that no more, and I was like, weird. And they have two friends that want to get housing as well, and so I feel like between the five of us and Royal making six, like we actually might be able to get a cute ass house. Not ham hog. Not you brought it up again. It's gonna always kill me. No, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like I really want to be like that like turn the other cheek head ass bitch. But I really feel like sometimes it's just like I don't know. Like I'm just like, damn, am I people pleasing still? Like trying to humanize this bitch. Like for what? For who? You know? That's why I had to. Not over 1,300, babe. Absolutely you do. And that's the thing too, is like I personally don't know anybody in New York. As it stands. I used to know somebody in New York, but they didn't really have shit. Not mold. Oh fuck. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh Nubia, I'm so fucking jealous. Damn. Imagine being 6 hours away from NOLA. You are so fucking blessed. I see you're God's favorite. I see the blessings. But yeah. I feel like I would visit New Orleans for sure. But try to live there, no. Cause again, like I have to urge, like there's a lot of people from New Orleans that can't even live there no more. Here's the thing, fuck looking prettier than her. That bitch's heart is motherfucking mold. Period. Cause not you be acting like you be masking, but you want to give a baby a fucking cupcake that fell on the floor. I mean, Randall, absolutely. Damn, that Carmelo. But yeah, it's not even about being prettier than her. Like, I don't even care how she look. I don't even care how she look. And the gag is like, I had a friend crush on her. Like when we first met, I was like, yo, this bitch is funny as fuck. Like I was just like, damn. I was like, damn. Like you're an older white lady. Like, and you over here listening to good ass music. Like she was really performing like she was that girl. Bitch, I would too. I know you'd be having a time. Nah, hell, I appreciate you for fucking breaking silence about this. Cause that's not okay. What the fuck? That is not okay. Wow. Yeah, no. Like, please reach out, like, directly to me, like, on Instagram or Twitter or something, just so I can, like, share the flyer. Pop Tropica, please tell me more. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. With that being said, I'm gonna, am I gonna roll up some more drugs? I feel like my laundry is ready to switch. Ooh, let's go do chores together. By chores, I just mean I'm gonna switch the laundry. I'm gonna take a peek in the litter box and see if it looks crazy. If it do, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm not gonna do that with y'all. And then I'm gonna roll up. Yes, indeed. Wow. Randall, that is fucked up. Like, see, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, damn. Like, motherfuckers be getting housing and motherfuckers be acting a fool. Like, bitch. Like, the way that it be costing money to rent and to just live, and they really will play in your face. Like, this is some sick ass shit. I mean, I felt like she was maybe a white that has seen some things. And like, I just feel like she shared so much with me, so candidly, about her experiences, you know? Like, there were moments where I was like, man, like, she's really trusting me with her tale, you know? And I feel like there were moments where she was like very, very much like laughing at some shit that was really demonic. Not 1250. This is what I'm saying though, like, wow. That is fucking sick. Not people hoeing and making porn. My God. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. What the fuck? Yeah, no. Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm in a better situation at all, because I'm fucking not. Like, not knowing how long you're here, how long, if things are gonna work out, I don't know. But I also know that like I'm not in the, I'm not in the struggle that I was in. So I'm trying to be grateful, but I also feel like a lot of my friends are like, man, I be trying to be thinking positive, and then I be feeling bad about thinking positive, and I'm like, bitch, what can you do? Like, no tea, no shade. But motherfuckers be feeling bad about finding joy and shit. So that's how I know we in the end of motherfucking times. Yeah. But that's the thing about buying houses is like, I feel like you do save money in some ways, but you don't save all the money. And then also like the things that could go wrong with a house are your issue. Like you can't just call somebody. So it is what it is though. Like I'm genuinely of the mindset that like when it comes down to it, I'm grateful for whatever the fuck somebody does for me. And I'm grateful for when they also tell me no. Because that's really the only thing I can fucking value in this world that we live in is people's no. Because people say yes to seem away, but it's sexier to say no. Like when it's really no, oh my God. Like I love when people like tell me their boundaries because it means that they still want to fuck with me, but they want me to adjust my behavior. Like that shit is sexy to me. and necessary. But outside of that, no. No, 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 no. But yeah, I'm grateful to be a part of community in any way. I know that like being a community with white people is a labor, and I feel like I'm living with white people that know that, in ways. But I also feel like they're gonna have to learn. You know, they're gonna have to learn with me. We're gonna have to learn together. We're gonna have to get it together. And I feel like they're open enough. Like I'm not again. Please don't ever think that I'm saying that these white people are the best white people, cause girl, who knows how shit could go and be unfolding. And I feel like that's what I hope people can appreciate from me is that like I don't know how white people are gonna show up, but I'm going to show up and I'm gonna be communicative and I'm gonna be speaking out and this is the friend that I call to vent about white people being fucking white. So I'm hoping that the nuance will be held. I mean, me neither, but I feel like that's the other part of it is like people trying to kick you out. Like even when I paid rent, like that's the thing. They did the same shit to me when I had paid rent. Like that's why I'm just like I know it's not about me. It's about control. It's about having dominance. I'm not living with white people that want to have dominance over me. And because we had that convo where I had to break the ice and be like, hey, it's on you to listen to me so that we can be safe together. Because if you don't listen to me, we're not going to be able to be safe together. Like, they're one of those white people that I've been able to break that fourth wall with, and they've been able to hold, like, me too. So I'm not trying to name that, like, these are super white people, but I am trying to name that there's been a level of communication with them that I never had in my last living space. And again, the last living space I was in, I was under the idea that, like, me and that white person were closer than we were based on how they showed up for me in the past. And I feel like that's something to talk about with, like, autistic people. Like, we don't, like, if you're my friend in 2007, you're still my friend today. However, if you're not an autistic person or neurodivergent, you might be like, oh, I ain't seen that bitch in 20 years, however many years. We're not friends no more. And it's like, how? Or like our friendship not the same no more. Whereas with me, if we were besties and we just moved different places or like I just like left town or whatever happened, I'm still here for you in the same capacity. But other people or people that are not neurodivergent, they'll be like, oh, I ain't seen them in however many years, so now we starting back at one. So I feel like for me, since I had met Aaron before, we had conversations. I hung out with them and their kid after the housing shit happened with fucking Charles and them. So I'm like, how do you not know me? I've come to your house and cooked dinner with you and your baby. Like, we've gone out together and got Taco Bell, like, and went to the park with your baby. Like, we've done stuff together outside of the context of me needing housing. Not saying that means that we're gonna be besties, but to say you don't know me or you don't know me like that, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna reach out to them first. I named that I'd be down to talk about the rupture and the repair, but the ball's in their court. Because I'm not going to fight for no relationship with no white person. I refuse. Like, I don't care what happened. If you want to be my friend, you got to show up a certain type of way. Because I can't be doing it no more. I feel like I don't let a lot of people be my friend. Nubia, I'm glad you tried it out. Not 10 years and then you cut off. Not 10 years. Y'all funny as fuck. I mean, if I haven't talked to you in 10 years, I still might say hello and chat or whatever the fuck, but I mean, I'm still cool with you. Like, you can still talk to me or whatever. Right, like some people I've fallen out with that did me dirt, like I still see it for you like as a human. Like I really like on some baby mother, like if you ever cross me, like it's too late for you, but I pray for you. I hope you get to feeling better soon, bitch. Like, because that's how I feel. Like, I do not be thinking too deeply about people that much. Granted, if they really do me dirt, I'll be ruminating and shit like that for a little bit. But as far as like me calling my ex evil, the one from Ohio, like I just feel like to me it's evil to let your mom like dictate like what you do in your life and control your partner, and you're aware that's what she's doing and you want to run away from her, but then at some point you realize like, oh, I can go live with my mom and like everything will be okay for me. Like it just kind of gave that, it gave that he only ran away with me to stop himself from having to do what he ended up doing no matter what. Like in retrospect, I call him evil because we done been homeless for 3 years and you still went back to the bitch that tried to make us both homeless. Like in the end, you actually did what she asked you to do. You actually did. Like that's the gag. Your mom said drop me off in Detroit and you were like no, and like you ran with me. Why the fuck did I get dropped off in Detroit at the end and you had a 5 bedroom house? But as I said before, I already know that she bought him that house because she knows he's the one that's gonna take care of her when she die and when she starts to get real old. And so that's why I'm like, have fun, Bookie. Enjoy that. Cause baby, like that shit about to be funny as fuck to me, bitch. Woo! Cause his mom fat phobic. She hate fat people. She hate butter. She hate everything this man love. And I'm just like, that's the end of your life, bitch. That's the end of your life about to be. Like a very skinny, deranged bitch. Make you feel terrible to the end. And like maybe the house is worth it. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But absolutely, bitch. For his Scorpio mama too. And he got a Scorpio stellium. Even though he's a fucking Libra. He got a huge Scorpio stellium, Scorpio moon. Like, he's a shady one. Very shady one. But it's okay, because, like, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. And the prize for him, his Aggie-ass mama. Because the dad not going to last too much longer, bitch. Like, no tea, no shade. Not to be mean, but all he do is eat beef jerky. So, I never seen him eat nothing green. Yeah, no, she's fat phobic. She's been fat phobic her whole life. She also autistic and in denial about it. It's a lot. It's a lot going on with her. She also is like a boy mom, even though she has a daughter. She a boy mom though. You know what I mean? Um, and she really thinks that her opinion matters when it comes to her sons. Like I told y'all before, like she really did not even know me for like a week. She didn't even know me for a full 7 days. And she was dragging the shit out of her daughter-in-law to me, a random stranger from the internet. And I literally had to sit by that girl after we got to the fucking water. Like, she was literally trying to take me to the store with her, and I literally was just staring at her the whole time. Like, do you know that this witch hates you? Like, I felt like I was like a background character in Snow White. Like, I was like, sweetie, run. Run. Like, oh my God. That's what I'm saying. I mean, here's the thing. I know some people do not fuck with self-diagnosis, and I don't care. And you wanna know why I don't care? Because up until very recently, they were trying to say that autism was just found in boys, and autism was just found in white boys that had money and could afford train sets and stamps and shit. So some of us aren't getting the diagnosis because they're looking for a white child that has access to special interests that cost money. So that's the thing though. Like I feel like we have to be comfortable with being the bad guy sometimes. We have to be comfortable with being the one that didn't really believe what y'all believed. Didn't really believe what y'all believed, and it's okay. And I feel like that's a big autism energy. Like there's shit that I believe that I don't care if other people don't believe that shit. That's okay. But allistic people be really like, oh nah, you really need to believe what I believe. Like, and that's, I think, again, a function of our society. Like, if we lived in a society that, like, had grace and gentleness for us, allistics may not be moving like that. We don't know. But I feel like because we live in a narcissistic society, I think like anybody who's like seemingly like not like comfortable working a certain type of job for many hours, operating a certain type of way financially, like romantically, like there's just so many layers to how we can be behaving. And I feel like autism is not just like one type of behavior. Like there's so many different, like I don't want to say types of autism, but there are types of autism, but there's also like different expressions. Like some people who are autistic, they do not bother to orally communicate. Like some of them would rather prefer to communicate, in different ways. And so when we measure these certain folks by how well they're communicating verbally, I feel like that's another thing too. Like because I'm able to express myself verbally in a way that makes people think that I'm autistic or that I'm like not neurodivergent, that's what makes it also challenging for people to see me in my neurodivergence, because they'll be like, damn, like even people who like seemingly are normal, and it's like, no, like the thing is like we're not normal, we're masking, like we're like I've always known, or I've in some ways been aware that I have to communicate, because if I don't, I'm fucked. And there's times where I don't want to fucking talk anymore because I just know how I'm talking is not going to change nothing. And I think that that's another thing that sucks, is like when you're autistic, like sometimes you'll have something to say, but how you're going to be valued is not going to add up with what you offer. And I just think that like, if you watch like certain movies, like, and the one that just came to mind was like Introducing Dorothy Dandridge with Halle Berry, and like how her first child, was seen as just developmentally challenged and therefore like unworthy in some ways, or even the movie The Other Sister. But that, I was trying to really think of like just through like the lens of blackness, like how people who are like differently abled being held. But I think we really can just acknowledge that like we don't get to see a lot of disabled people when we see like black media or black anything. And that's not because disabled people are not black, but it's because blackness is seen as a blackness makes you the other. And so that's why when people are fat and black, that's why when people are disabled and black, autistic and black, a person of size and black, like those are like compounded identities of erasure. So there's just a part of me. I'm so sorry. This is the time. I'm sorry. Um, but I feel like that type of erasure and that type of harm, like around certain identities, is why like we don't really get to see certain people. And then when we do get movies that are like centering like mental, just different mental experiences, I think about Precious. I think about Radio. I think about, honestly, this might be controversial, but I think about Octavia Spencer in Ma. Like when black folks show like that they're not well, like it's kind of like, from what I'm noticing, like that makes something a horror. Like it doesn't make it an empathetic role. And like I think even like in certain aspects of like certain like disabled peoples who are also blacks, like depictions, like there's scenes where like they're showing people being afraid of these people, and not accepting them in this or that particular way, and then the exceptional nature that like one has to reach to in order to be seen as worthy within the community. So that's what I'm trying to offer. Oh, I'm so sorry. um ooh Aw, I'm glad that they held that there was a spectrum and that people were not, they were not holding you. Hell yeah, I appreciate you for saying that because that is it's such a real thing. It's such a real thing, and I'm not trying to invalidate this moment, but I do want to hold that having the space to say this. I am so grateful that you are breaking silence here. This means so much because again there are so many of us who just we didn't get the diagnosis. We were constantly told that we were just off. The ways that people will bully you for not being mentally like them, or even being able to do the things that they can do. There's just so much ableism rife everywhere, and so wow. Yes. Yes, hell yeah. I feel you on that so hard. I feel you on that so fucking hard. Honestly, Marie, I don't want to invalidate anyone who feels like they're allistic because I feel like that's what I often see. I feel like a lot of people will be like, no, it's not me. But if I'm being genuine with you, I feel like between me and you, I feel like autism is way more rampant than we think. And I think that also, the parameters of who is autistic and who is not are influenced by masking. And so it's hard to know who all is in the group. And I think it's even harder to know who is all there because even the people who are in the group who are autistic are still fighting to be seen as allistic at times. And so I think that and I feel like that's the other thing about being neurotypical is I think neurotypical is really the spectrum to me. I feel like the concept of neurotypical should really be a spectrum, but I'm sleep. I just feel but if we talked about it in that way, then neurotypicals would get it. And or people who are disabled would I in my opinion get more support because if we're talking about neurodivergence and putting everyone under this umbrella, in my opinion, I feel like it's flattening the conversation. Whereas if we hold that neurotypicality is seen as these few things, then I think we'd have more people holding that there's nuance to neurotypicality instead of creating an other, which our world study does. But I do think that even saying we're neurodivergent, I've noticed a lot of people get mad and they're like, oh, well, it's not all the same thing. And we have to be specific. And it's truly, I get that. I'm trying to hold space for it. I mean, here's the thing though. How is the world offering you a safe social situation? I think that that's the other thing is some of us, I think, I don't want to say we're not holding it, but we're in captivity, bitch. I'm not trying to be funny, but baby, these homes, these houses, which makes houselessness even crazier. But we're in captivity when you can't even afford to have a cage for yourself in our society. They're like, wow, why are you uncaged? What's going on with that? You know you need to be in your cage watching your box with the lights on it. That's where you're supposed to be. So I just want us to hold that we're being socialized all the time, and the ways that we break out of socialization, the ways that we shift, it's necessary because we're actually not. We are nature, we are animals. True, um, but yeah, the concept of us being in this forced fucking this forced concept of free, well, I was gonna say freedom, but I feel like that's I feel like that's part of it, right? Part of the American idea because again, in other countries and other places it's I'm not saying it's not this hard to survive, but it's actively it's actively on bitches necks. And the people that don't have housing, the people that don't have their cages to prove that they're domesticated and in this system, that's what I think about. Yes, Harriet the Spy, Lars and the Real Girl. I'm dead at you shouting out Lars and the Real Girl. Whoo! I'm not gonna lie, the real doll people, they do be blowing my mind. That's true. That's very true. Right, right. But that's the thing though, like if we're supposed to be performing a like if like we know we're supposed to wake up and desire to go out to a job that sucks like all of our life force and then we're supposed to desire to just sit on the couch and watch a show until we die like all the time, like just do those things, like don't really get to break out, don't get to go anywhere, don't get to do too much. Like I feel like it's easier to see it like when you're older. When you're younger it's harder, but like now I don't know, like I'm not trying to be like I'm the oldest, but it's like I'm 30, I'm about to be 34. I keep wanting to be like I'm 34, but like it's not happening. It's not happened yet, but I'm so ready to say I'm 34, bitch. I'm so fucking ready. The tomato sandwiches, oh yummo. I mean, I mean, like, is there cheddar in it and bacon? Because if not, I'm good. But if we're like harkening back to the movie, like I don't remember that scene and I'm very sorry. Um but yeah, no, like you love Lars and the Real Girl? I'm dead. That movie really does fuck me up, but like not, I don't know. There's just something to me wild like about it. I don't want to be mean, but I kind of judge people that have the real dolls. Like I kind of judge them a little bit cuz I'm like, "Babe, I don't want to go too deep into it cuz I don't know who here and shit." Like I don't want to be, I don't know who all got the real dolls or whatever, but as a sex worker, I want to also say this. Like my perception is coming from a sex worker. I'm just like pay the girls. Pay the girls. Fuck your plastic. Fuck your 2,000 plus dollar investment. Pay the girls. Pay them. Cause I don't like this. I don't like this at all. You know what I mean? But again, if you look at it from a different perspective, which I be trying, it's like, damn, like I think something that fucked me up recently was that like men don't know how to be men. They just know how to not be women because they have this like perception of who women are based on subjugation. So also like consider this, like men are seeing women in a cage, within a cage, and then like let you be like fat, deep dark skin, disabled, like there's many cages around you. And they have the nerve to be like, I don't like these bitches talking and shit. I'm gonna go get me a bitch that don't talk. I'm gonna go get me some fucking plastic to fuck. Like, I'm sorry, but there's just something about that that's so fucking Orwellian to me, that like you're subjugated, you're overcoming motherfucking captivity. Like just think about it. Like so many femmes that are like not seen as like the beauty standard are online, like creating platforms, businesses, just being everything that people have constantly shown on TV is not possible for women of color, especially black, fat, deep, dark skinned women. So when we're seeing, like, that's obviously propaganda that you're showing us, bitch. Like, we see the reality. There's just something about, like, men being like, you know what? Instead of anybody around here, I'm gonna actually fuck a pocket pussy. Like, I'm actually gonna fuck a doll that's this fucking big. Cause that's the thing that's also weird. Is like the real doll people, I went down a fucking rabbit hole, bitch. I just wanted to see where it went, where the cutoff was. Cause I'm like, I know all of y'all can't afford to fuck a marching soldier, bitch. I know y'all can't all afford to fuck a 6 foot tall Russian model named fucking Sabine. I know y'all can't afford that. Bitch! Hey! My roommate said they're not coming back tonight, bitch. Ooh. Ooh, I got another night, bitch. I got another night, bitch. Ah! Because honestly, I feel like I busted a lot of nuts yesterday. And I told myself today, you know, I'm okay with how many nuts I busted. I did not need to bust that many. But I busted as many as I wanted to. Because ain't nobody here. You know how you could really just get free? But now they said they're not coming back till tomorrow. Bitch! Bitch! And I low-key was like, it's snowing. Like, I hope they're safe. Bitch, I got that text. Hey. You know what? The real doll people probably are scared of talking to a real bitch. I could hold that. I could hold that. But a lot of the fucking dolls, like some of them, bitch, I've just seen some shit, bitch. I done poke my nose into some shit, and I was like, oh damn, y'all got dolls of all different types of sizes, and it's just out of control. That's how I feel though. That's my opinion. Anyways, now that I got that text, you already know what time it is. I'm gonna have to go handle my business. But I'm really loving that we're having this combo about sex dolls and fear of intimacy. I feel like we should put a pin in this because I feel like I have so many feels. Also, if you're watching this and you're like, bitch, when you gonna come back? Bitch, I don't know. But when I come back, hair gonna be like this, bitch. Shirt gonna be like this, bitch. Let me stop. But yeah, no. Yeah. I'm gonna go, bitch, not they got, bitch. Bitch, what the fuck? I'm about to cry. Like, please, bitch. Please, bitch. Oh my god. Like, no. Girl. I didn't get to that part of the motherfucking rabbit hole. I got to the part where they had dolls like this big, bitch. This big. Like a doll that looked kind of like a Barbie but had a pussy. And I was like, that's where I clicked out. I was like, whoa, not the doll fit on your hand and you just be, but it's a doll? Randall, please don't. Randall, I trust you. I believe you. No. Randall! Randall, we're good. I do not want to see a video of a damn real dog. You got me crying, bitch. You got me fucking crying. Bitch, why would she say that? Like, I cannot. Oh my god, he said, what's your email with a good heart? Bitch, hell no. I'm good. I'm super good. I'm super good. You said it's on Amazon? I'll look for myself. I don't want no email trail of this. I can't, bitch. I'm involved in too much already. Nah, Randall, cause somebody already done sold my email address to somebody, bitch. I'm getting crazy emails already, bitch. I don't want to get no dog emails. I don't want no more. I don't even. I'm talking too much already, bitch. My phone about to start sending me ads for this shit. I'm so stressed right now. We didn't talk too long, bitch. Fuck. Damn. Yeah, yeah, the algorithm about to eat me up, bitch. I'm about to have the most questionable. My Temu ads about to be real weird. Damn, Randall. I'm gonna remember this. Next time I'm passing around my email, I'm gonna make sure you not have been here and shit. Cause I feel like I dodged several fucking bullets just now. My God. Good Lord. But thank you for telling me. Thank you for the tip nonetheless. You're a valued community member. We appreciate you for being in the field and getting the information for us. We love you. I'm sorry. Woo, y'all are funny as fuck, honestly. Yo, my friend be shopping at Temu. She said it's lit. She said, get what you gotta get. Randall. Randall. You're terrible. Randall, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, Randall! You are wild for that. You are fucking wild. Like, bitch. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. Listen. I'm gonna just leave now. Because this shit just went so left. It's been going left. I love y'all so much. I don't know about Spicy, babe. I don't know about Spicy. Alpo. The chat got Alpo. The chat got Purina 1. I don't know if the chat got Spicy, bitch. Like, I'm sitting here like, what in the chewy? Anyways, I love y'all so much. Have a good day. Don't be Googling what Randall be Googling. And please don't email me no weird shit. I pray. I pray y'all don't email. Not you. Randall, you should have said that first, because I'm over here being funny about you, but not you was trying to help. You said Amazon. You said you emailed them. Please tell me they got you back. Please tell me they came back and was like, we're so sorry. And be like we didn't know what was going, we didn't know what the hell was all going on. Nah, I was assaulted. You know what, Randall? This whole time, I thought you were a menace. Not you a victim. I'm so sorry. Randall! This whole story went left for me. Now it's going lefter. Not you was disgusted, bitch, but you was just laughing with us, bitch. Honestly, I'm gagged. I'm gagged, but I'm also not surprised. Not they removed it, but you got the video. Listen, bitch, I want you to go to TMZ. I want you to blow the lid off this thing. Like, I want you to go to the top. I want you to follow the money, baby, because this shit don't add up. But at the same time, I do want you to leave it alone because I am kind of scared, bitch. Because I feel like anybody who went in production to make that, they knew they had clientele. Like, that's the creepiest thing about it all. Is like whoever the fuck cast the first mold, bitch, they knew what time it was. They said we about to get this money off these dogs, bitch. Like, oh my god, oh my fucking god. Like, but notice, where's the litigations? Meanwhile, Michael Vick. Look at Michael Vick. He can't even have a dog, girl. But these people get to just make dogs. Oh my god. I have to go. I have to go. That shit is wild. Like, it's very wild to me, but I'm glad it's also wild to y'all. But yeah, no, definitely not embezzle. Bitch, I'm crying. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, humanity has disappointed us so many times. What's one more? You know? That's where I'm at. Like, what's one more disappointment from Earth? Yeah. Thank you, Randall. Like, oh my god. Whew. Not now that I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Like, check please. Like, literally. Like, I love y'all so much, but this combo. Free Lassie, bitch. Like, free Lassie. That's all I can say. Free old Yeller. Free all the animals. Like, let them live. Randall. To quote one of my favorite memes, which is just like an older woman who is sitting on a couch, just surprised by everything happening. And then she goes like this. Oh. That's how I feel. Like, I am that meme right now. Like, I can't believe what's going on in my family. I'm also comfortable on this couch. But I have to moan in disgust. So, just one more time on the outro. Oh. I'm sorry, bitch. It's funnier when she does that. You know, I'm not old enough to, like, really give, like, that deep moan. But I'm working on it. Anyways, no! Randall, please do not threaten me with a terrible time. Please. Randall, I'm so scared of you. Like, Randall, I'm terrified. Like, Randall! Why gotta be this? Why? Huh? I'm gonna leave, because I don't even want to know.